I have a lot of OCs, and I like to make little stories in my head, little stories that has been building up for years and years in my head. I like making these stories, but I thought instead of making something new and end up with more OCs, I just put the same OCs in another genre of story. So today I'm gonna put my OCs in a different genre story from their own. I made a wheel of genres to randomly select a genre I'll put my OCs in. But before that, let me introduce you to my victims. Now these baby girls are my biases. Like you'd open my sketchbook and you'd see at least one of these guys, or both. So this little jaundice colored guy is Taoya. His story, Leviathan, is a fantasy adventure type genre. It's got bosses, ancient mystical warriors, seafood gangs, influencers, possession, revenge, human trafficking, labor. Taoya's the type of yippee-ki-yay guy who's kinda annoying at first, but you just try to tolerate him because he's actually useful. Then you become friends. Yay! Or you try to kill each other. No. Then we have Kea. She's a little old OC. She's set in a world where monsters and humans coexist, and everyone has powers or powers. Her story is more sci-fi, with mad psychoscientists, mutilated abominables, and the end of the world. Ah! Keha is a person who tends to try to do things on her own, because she's a perfectionist like that. If she wants stuff done, she'll do it herself kind of person. She's also a little kind of girl. It would be fun to wonder how they would react to different environments and different plots. So now, let's see how we're gonna switch it up today! Yippee! Starting off with Taoya! Yes! Starting off with Taoya for his world since he's set in an apocalypse, I thought I'd make him ocean related. Because, he got that fish in him. Also, I am obsessed with zombies, titans, and just people surviving in a world where creatures are trying to eradicate all of humanity. I was about to make it a zombie story, but then I thought maybe I just make it a little more fishy. So in this world, the human eradicating creatures are crazy big man-eating flying sea creatures that made itself home in a city located near a beach after being swept in by a tsunami. I've actually made a sketch of Taoya and how he'd looked in this world, but I didn't catch a video of it. Sorry. Since he's canonically a deep sea fisherman in his original story, I thought I'd keep this attribute in this setting as well. His knowledge of aquatic creatures and endurance from hard labor allows him to thrive in this man-eating fishes world. For his fit, I gave him a tank top since the event of the fish takeover happened years ago, and the city taken over was pretty much abandoned. So it had no electricity, no aircon, no fan. Oh my god! So it's hot, hot, hot. This takes place in Southeast Asia, by the way. So there is no four seasons except for hot season, rain season, and durian season. Yeah. Minimal clothing sounds about right in an apocalyptic setting, since in almost every zombie media and or just anything apocalyptic I've consumed, no matter how many days it's been, it could be even months, they'd be still wearing the same clothes from the first episode. For his pants, I made them waterproof, since he'd be trekking in flooded areas a lot. He'd also wear mini boots, cause wet feet feels icky. Blech. He also carries around a backpack with his survival stuff like food, clean water, containers, flashlights, net, and a hook scythe. So for the hook scythe, he can use it as a melee to get rid of annoying plants or small fishes who wants to eat his flesh. Or he can attach it to his fishing rod to use as a grappling hook or attack big fish from a distance. Now, I know there is the concern of the fishing rod breaking, but to counter that, I replaced the nylon strings with chains, baby. You can't get more better than that, oh my. So his stick is way thicker and made of metal. Yee. Now, I imagine that in this type of world setting, he tried to be the cool, baddie main character who's all mysterious and cool. Oh my. But he's a squealer and a screamer, so if he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it while bursting your eardrums. Okay, now for Kea. Wow. For Keha, when I think of reality shows, I think of those dramas where the cast are put in a reality show where it's just life and death with each second they stay. I'm thinking Squid Game, Alice in Borderland, As the Gods Will, The 8 Show. These shows, I will always eat them up. Shows like these, you get to explore the characters and how they interact. All those witty plot twists, daring takes, and whatnots are the cherry on top. Chef kiss, cream cheese, cookies and cream, gonna me fresh milk, boba tea, and I'm just listing my favorite food now, but you get the point. Since I'm putting K in a game show, it needs to have a theme. Now, something that kept appearing in my mind is wolf in sheep's clothing, so I thought I'd implement that. For the gist of how the game show works, it's kind of like Mafia, the deduction game. Every night, the Mafia will kill a person secretly, so the aim is to figure out who the Mafia is before they kill everyone and win. They also have doctors, police, and civilians. But to relate it more to the wolf in sheep's clothing thing going on, I changed the name of the roles. The mafias are the wolves, the doctors are the vets, the police are the hounds, and the civilians are the sheeps. But that's just the overall. Since it's a game show, we gotta have games. Actually, I haven't actually thought of any games yet, but here's essentially what happens. Each game, if won, gives you a clue on who the wolves are, but it's really hard to decipher, unless it's related to you. Since it's a reality show, there are eyes watching your every move, and things done in secret isn't secret to the people behind the show. And I think it'd be really cool because it forces the characters to react because of the fact that the secret is being used against them. Then there's the question of, will they keep the knowledge to themselves so they can have the upper hand, or would they tell everyone, or is there something stopping them from saying anything? And of course, the wolves have to try their best to sabotage the game so the other roles don't win, so they can keep their identities hidden, lest they want to lose their lives. There's also voting rounds, so they have to choose someone to lynch. So whether you are or aren't a wolf, you need to be good at convincing, because your life depends on it. Compared to Taoya's genre shift, Chaos took more time because writing this game show takes a lot more creativity and thinking, and because I had a few nights alone with my thoughts to conjure up this story, I might have accidentally given Keha a whole plot. With its arcs, dramas, and action, I already have like scenes playing in my head. Oh damn. I'd love to write a screenplay of it, but I'm not in a position to commit to it. Can't forget to make uniforms for the show, so with the theme in mind, I gave everyone a uniform that looks like a sheep, which is why you can see horns and ears on the hoodies they're wearing. It's giving psychological horror disguised as children's show. I love that trope. Also, the uniforms are actually customizable with the option of customizing your horns and the color of sheep wolves. So, players are given the option to change their uniform to their likings using a sort of Google Forms type of questionnaire prior to being on the show, so you get to see their personality somewhat just by looking at them. And with that said, this little project really got me pumping my creativity. This took me way longer than I thought it would, and I'm so glad it's done. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna be on my way out now. Bye bye!